see you.
Yo, welcome back to the channel, man. I'm Jeremy. This is our point of view. You know, my wife and I, we do pretty much everything on this channel, from DIY to gardening to landscaping to home improvement, homeschooling, you name it, we do it. But anyways, you guys probably wonder why my yard looks so terrible. So we ended up buying this house a year ago. We moved from California to Ohio. Little did we know that this house actually set for about 20 some years before we actually moved in. So a lot of work needed to be done with this house. So we spent the last year basically fixing up our home, you know, getting everything in tip top shape to obviously live in. So now we've been working outside, trying to get everything taken care of. Stuff looks wild out here. Last year, this tree didn't make it through the storm. Something happened. It got hit. It fell. So that was the issue. It was actually hanging there before I actually cut it. This tree right here just recently fell maybe a couple weeks ago. I was just out here like last month and none of these weeds were out here. I actually came through with my lawnmower and cleaned it up. But man, right now it's out of control. One of the reasons why it's out of control, my riding mower is actually out of commission right now. You know, I'm able to drive it, but I can't cut right now. When we had moved here, we had a bunch of trees that were all located in this area. All this is all treed out and we had pest control come out. And mind you, you know, it's our first time actually living away from California. So having land is like completely new to us. And when pest control had came out, they told us that we had a bunch of snakes that were next to the trees. I said, snakes? I said, no, ma'am. So next day I had everything cut. Basically all the trees were cut down, kind of mulch and, you know, in a sense. But there are a few stumps, tree stumps that are still left. And I mean, they're not that big. They're probably like 6-7 inches. So some of them you can kind of see sticking out, but when you're riding on the mower, you can't see them. So there's been a few times where I actually hit them, messing up the blade, messing up the belt. I've replaced it a few times. I mean, I'll tell you one thing, I've been learning. There's been so much learning dealing with this land, this property. That's definitely one of the beauties of having land. I mean, it's always something to do. It's always something to learn. So right now I'm out of commission on the riding mower. All I have is a push mower, but I don't want to mess that up because I actually do cut the rest of the yard with that. We have 2 acres here. So my wife and I have been taking turns low key, cutting an acre worth of land with just the push mower. So right now I'm just going to use my weed whacker. I'm going to just start clearing some of these weeds out and then I can probably get my push mower out here. Maybe in a couple weeks I will have my mower fixed. I don't know yet, but I say all that to say this. You know, I know a lot of people look at land and want to buy land, but man, there's a lot of work that comes with it. And for me, as long as I have legs, arms, and a beating heart, I don't mind getting out here and doing the work. You know, of course, it'd be nice to have a big riding mower, a zero turn. You know, any of those things would be very, very nice, to be real with you, but I don't got it. So I got to use what I have to make it work. And, you know, there's still a blessing in that. You know, to me, I always tell people it's building character. When I do get those things one day, I'm going to understand the hard work that goes behind keeping all this land clear and free. I'm all good for work, man. Work don't bother me. Plus, I can drop a couple pounds, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, enough talking. Let me look at my weed whacker. I'm going to start cutting these weeds. Let me just kind of show you what else I got going on around here. So a lot of these tree branches I actually cut. Like I said, I was out here a couple weeks ago and I cut down a lot of tree branches, kind of made little mini piles. Eventually we're going to start burning once the weather warms up a little bit. It's kind of been raining, windy. I still have a few more trees I do want to cut down eventually. All the other trees, all the wood, I got to start chopping them up, drying them out, getting them ready for wintertime. Plus I need all this area cleared out. This is just a nice housing area for all the deer that come through here, and we just planted our garden. If you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. We built our first garden and, you know, we don't want the deer coming through. They come already, they walk around it, but I'm not trying to give them any type of space that's inviting to them, you know what I mean? I love them, just gotta love them from afar. I also forgot to mention that our land actually is elevated downward. So it slopes, so everything you do is always on a hill. And man, it's a workout, bro. Just walking back up here right now got me a little winded, I ain't gonna lie. But like I said, I can use the workout, brother. All right, so right when I was getting ready to get started, my wife told me she sees a bunch of carpenter bees over next to our deck. We just got this deck replaced last year. I mean, completely brand new deck. We haven't stained it or anything yet. We've been waiting for it to dry out. But I'm gonna stop what I'm doing to go address that situation. Again, one of those things about caring for your land, we're having a wasp issue, and I noticed there was a wasp outside of the house the other day, so I had to, you know, address that. As for like the bees and stuff, I like using just a natural solution. I use essential oils. I put a little bit of dish soap in it with water. This usually keeps them away. I'm gonna add some tea tree oil to this one. Carpenter bees don't like that. And I'm gonna spray under that deck real quick, and then I'm gonna move on with my life, hopefully. All right, so I got my bottle. I ended up putting more soap in there, and I ended up adding a little bit of lemongrass. I know this stuff works because the last couple of weeks we've been having wasps trying to build hives and stuff like under our umbrella on our wood deck. And every morning I just come out and spray, and they haven't been back since. Essential oil is always a good alternative to keeping things away without all the extra chemicals around the house. We also use essential oils around the house, so it's something that we usually stay stocked with. So I'm gonna just spray real fast around the top of the deck, around the crevices. And then I'm gonna actually go under the deck and hit it from that angle. Another thing about the essential oils, it's nice because we have plants and flowers and stuff around the house. You know, you don't have to worry about spraying and killing your stuff. So eventually we do want to stain this deck. We're not quite sure if we want to stain it. If you guys have any recommendations, which you guys feel has worked for you guys, definitely let me know. This is also something that we're new to. We didn't have a deck in California. You know, we had concrete patio. All right, time for the fun part. We got them good knees right now, y'all. While I'm taking care of the land back here, Shanice is taking care of this area. She's getting ready to map out some stuff. She wants to get like a little flower garden going around here. But again, always something to do. Right, honey? All right, y'all, let's get to work. All right, so it's my third battery that I've killed. I'm using a Craftsman's brushless V20 weed whacker, and all my batteries are 4.0. I do have a few 5.0, 6.0 in the garage. But man, out here putting in work though. I swear when you're out here actually doing work, 2 acres feels like 20. But let me show you some of the tree stumps I was referring to when I was saying that they still exist even though the trees are cut down. So this right here used to be a tree. You can tell by the size of my hand, it's not that big, but this thing still messes up the cutter. So usually right there when I see that, I usually just mark it with something, and I'll come back out here with my axe and just axe it out. Once all this stuff is cleaned up, then I won't have a problem running the mower through here. This right here is from some of the trees. I mean, this is pretty big to hit with your mower, you know what I mean? A lot of those branches and wood chips we actually use in our garden. So it's been very, very beneficial for us having this stuff. And then obviously having the back of our lot. Right now, Shanice ended up digging out what I showed you guys. And I made 3 trips off camera to the back of the lot to dump it. I'm definitely getting my workout in today. How you looking over there, boo? All right. But I'm going to grab some more batteries. I have about maybe 10 of those crafting batteries. Rule of thumb, whatever tools you guys buy, if you guys buy battery operated tools, make sure you buy products that use the same battery. So that way, as you accumulate batteries, they can go to all different tools. These are some of the craftsman tools I use. And again, they take all the same battery. All right, y'all, so I went through probably like 10 batteries, bro. And all my batteries are charging. So I just grabbed Old Faithful. I'm gonna see how much work I can get done with her. I need to go get more gas, but I'm gonna make it work though for now. Like I said, you gotta use what you got. You know, gotta make stuff happen. It is what it is. I see all my neighbors out using their riding mowers. But I'll be there one day though. Part of the journey, man. Trust the process. Whew. I'm exhausted, y'all. Hey, bro, can you fill me up with some of that water? That water hose? I need that good water hose water. As you can see, that push mower is way better than that weed whacker, man. I mean, it was only a few times that I actually hit a tree stub, but it wasn't too bad. I just don't want to break it because that's my only source of cutting right now, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Good old water hose water. Ooh. Good work, baby. I'm gonna show the camera what you did. Let's see what Shani's got going on here. So she took out all the grass that was over here. So now she's gonna plant some wildflower seeds and hopefully have some flowers soon. I hydrated a little bit. I'm gonna get back to cutting. Whew, man, days like this remind me of 2-a-days in football. Out there dying, running sprints all day. And then after practice, go to 7-Eleven, get 2 chili cheese dogs, hot Cheetos, and a Slurpee. Be so good. Next day, practice, dying again. Like, why did I do that? I'm on chili cheese dogs right now and some hot Cheetos and a Slurpee. I ain't gonna do it though. But anyway, let me get back to work. Man, this is an uphill battle to say the least. I got a lot done. Let me back up so you guys can see the whole image. So I started about right here in this area and went all the way down. Stopped right there and I cut it out a little bit. Went all the way down, stopped and went down some more. This right here easily from there on it's probably an acre or more. Pushing that lawnmower up and down the hill. It ain't for the weak. But it's getting late. I'm gonna hydrate, snack on something, and we'll be ready for dinner. And have to resume tomorrow.
It get hotter in the summer, yeah. Hotter in the summer. The winter don't stand no chances. Hotter in the summer, yeah. Hotter in the summer. The winter don't stand no chances. Hotter in the summer. Front of your back, be careful who you hugging, you dab. Cause these ain't your brother like that, don't really love you like that. From the land of snakes, trying to be a great. Trusting everybody that I love, that was my mistake.
Good morning, y'all. So, man, it's like a few days later, and I still didn't finish the job. We had a bunch of other stuff going on. My parents actually ended up flying out here, so the last few days kind of just been showing them around and, you know, spending time with them. But let me just show you how the grass has looking since it's been growing. I ended up paying my old gardeners to cut my grass, just so I wouldn't have to worry about it. But this right here is the length of the grass that I had cut already. As you can see, here goes the tree, and here goes the garden right next to it. So I mean, it's pretty much back to tall. Not as tall as back there yet, but it's getting there. I ended up just leaving like a little pathway that goes right through the middle of it. So it doesn't look too bad, but obviously it's just not done, you know what I mean? Let me show you what the other side looks like. It's funny because the girls love these little flowers that be growing. I usually try not to cut these bad boys just so they can pick them. It's like you don't realize how much land it is until you're actually out here cutting this thing off foot, and you're like, bro, that's a lot. It's definitely a lot. I made another nice little trail right through there that takes you to the center where those trees are at. And then it's like a nice little circle trail that kind of just takes you around. But I think I'm good for now, y'all. I think I just need to go out, buy another mower, you know. So this is like the rest of the area I have to cut still, which is still a nice amount, basically up into those poles. I gotta clean up this tree area right here, and then basically cut all back there, all the way over. It's probably a good like 45 yards from where I'm standing of just all this wild grass, man. But yeah, I'm gonna get to cutting. I'm gonna try to cut as much as I can before the day starts. It's about 6:30 a.m. So I'm gonna cut as much as I can real fast, and then I might just have to go give me another mower, bro. Man, talk about a morning workout. Oh man, but I got a lot done. You know, for the most part, I don't look too wild. You know what I mean? Even over here, I went over my paths again. Made my paths look real nice. Go straight to the other side. This right here kind of gives the girls a little walkway to play in. Walk back here. You know, just give them a little bit more space to play. Same thing back here, goes around a circle, and then back through here, and then it takes you to the side. You know what I'm saying? Alright, I think that's all she wrote, bro. I just gotta go out and get me a lawnmower. Probably get 2 of them. I need 1 just for the grass area. Probably get like a 0 turn. And then I probably get another beater just to cut this area since there are trees and branches still. And I wouldn't want to mess up a brand new mower. But man, I'm sweating, y'all. And I can see why people be talking about, you know, obviously having land, having backyard, it's a lot of work. I mean, I'm here all day and it's still a lot of work, especially not having the tools. So I definitely recommend if somebody's buying land, bro, make sure you're equipped, you know, or at least have the money to pay somebody to do it all the time for you, which that can also add up. But I'm gonna go out here and cut this front grass. I ended up spraying some weeds the other day, and the weeds died out, and the grass is long, it just looks terrible, so I'm gonna go freshen that up, get in this house, make some breakfast for everybody, and go about my day, y'all. Appreciate y'all. What's good, y'all? So I finally pulled the trigger, man. I actually went out and got me a little toy. You know, I got fed up with pushing that darn push mower, so I had to just go out and, you know, just go ahead and give me one of these bad boys. So after doing my homework, I decided to go with the Cub Cadet 0 turn. It's the Ultima ZT2. I was gonna get the ZT1, but so let me just go up one. This one came with the armrest and the Kawasaki engine. But let me tell you, man, this thing is so easy to drive. It's comfortable. I think Shanice actually loves it more than I do. She hopped on it and went around the yard or whatever. She didn't cut yet, but she got to get a feel for it. But I'm happy, man. I actually cut the grass a couple days ago. I was too eager to get to it, so I didn't record it. But you can see it's a little dusty. I gotta clean it off a little bit. I actually need to make room inside the garage so I can park in the garage. Right now, I kind of just have it sitting, cover it up. It's crazy because I actually traded in my other lawnmower. The dealership actually gave me $500 for it. I only paid like $600 for it. And just to fix the part that I had broke, it was going to be about $450, $500 anyway. So it was like, it was a no-brainer. Like, go ahead and give me $500 for it, and I'll just buy another one on Facebook Market just to cut the back area, because I ain't going to use this brand new one to cut that area. I ain't trying to mess my stuff up. You know what I mean? Like, I know what to do and what not to do now. So, but yeah, man, this thing is so comfortable. It's funny because I was actually torn between getting a Cup Cadet or a Bad Boy. And I actually really like the Bad Boys, man. You know, obviously I see a lot of the advertisements now that I started researching them. But the only problem is that the nearest like dealer is like 30 miles from me. And, you know, I mean, you already know how things go. If there's an issue, I'm not trying to be 30 miles away for them to come pick it up or not. Especially not having a trailer, like it's not like I can just go take it to them. So I wanted the convenience of actually having a nearby dealer. So that's what I did. That's why I went with the Cup Cadet. And the guys that were working there were like solid. Like I called them, asked them a million questions a day, you know what I'm saying, for like 2 or 3 days. Like, that's just me, you know what I mean? I need to know all the information before I make a big purchase like that. And I mean, they were solid, man. They were very reasonable. They were very knowledgeable. I got it from CEC Turf and Tractor. You know, there's a few of them around the Central Ohio area, Northern Ohio as well. But man, you know, I think I've been through the struggle long enough. I think it was time to upgrade, you know what I'm saying? Something that Chinese have been telling me, like, just go get your dang mower. So, finally got it. So, we're going to see how everything goes, man. You know, I'm sure it's still going to be you know, a little bit of work, cutting grass and cutting weeds and doing all this kind of stuff, but definitely moving in the right direction, man. So, but I also did pick something else up, and I'm going to be making that video real soon. So, if you guys like the whole landscaping, outdoor stuff, make sure you guys stay tuned. I got a lot of new gadgets, man. I'm going to be sharing with you guys, so hope y'all ready for it. In the meantime, be blessed.